We honor those who gave Milwaukee its name, meaning good land or gathering place. In their memory, we pledge to sustain our work with youth towards our vision of healed and healthy humans leading change in their communities.
I think that for Teens Grow Greens, it's not about just us as an organization. It's about where we are in the whole system of changing our city. By providing opportunities for young people who don't always have the opportunities, by offering experiences that are going to be good not only for them personally, but for their families, for their neighborhoods, for their future lives. All the opportunities that we're providing are only going to take those teens and help them develop into their best selves.
We recognize that this land acknowledgement is not enough and that it has to be the beginning of a much larger story about justice and peace, sustainability and food sovereignty, respect for the land, and resilience. We honor the ancestral inhabitants and commit to the stewardship of this good land as we seed, grow, and harvest food with our young interns and apprentices. So I'm Elysium. I am the Southside Education Apprentice. To keep it simple, I call myself a teacher's assistant. I just finished my first year of college as an education major. Thank you. So I'm majoring in education, minoring in Japanese, so the end goal is to teach in Japan for a few years. And I did the 9-month internship last year, and I loved it so much that I decided to come back for another year. My name is Elysium. I am the Southside Education Apprentice. As of today, I have finished my freshman year of college. The apprenticeship has kind of been solidifying that I've wanted to be a teacher. It was something that I've been interested in and I've felt a calling towards, but I feel like you can want to do something and then when you start to do something, your feelings about it change. Just getting the experience so that I'm like, okay, this is definitely something I want to do.
The education apprenticeship really offers, for now, 2 former interns experience actually being in front of the interns doing the lessons.
So we came up with a mascot for the cookbook and I want to show it to you guys. Actually, let me get a drum roll. His name is Broccoli.
Wow.
One of our apprentices, Elysium Morse, it's been really cool to work with her specifically because what she's getting in her classes then can be translated to what she's doing with the Southside interns.
So we did do this at the beginning of the internship, but we're doing it again so that when we get the new interns for the summer, they can also learn these 3 things. So if you can think of any activities that show responsibility, resilience, respect.
Debates.
Yeah, debates would be interesting. Community guidelines.
Yeah.
I'm putting a lot of what I've learned in the classroom into practice. We can kind of test the waters and see what age range I'm going to work with. Caleb, come here. Pumpkins bloom and they have these flowers and then they close back up and then when they reopen there will be a pumpkin.
Oh.
Today we are at the Cottonwood School. Behind me we have a mix of Southside interns and mids for the Mids Grow Greens program. A week-long summer camp where middle schoolers can come. We just want them to get to know about the program, get to know about our earth. We want the interns to do a lot of the teaching. So I'm just hanging out, making sure everything goes smoothly.
Si te amo y respeto.
Si te amo y respeto.
If I love and respect you.
If I love and respect you,
Me amo y respeto yo.
Me amo y respeto yo.
I love and respect myself.
I love and respect myself.
In that case.
And la catch.
I only messed up one line.
So what is your role as an intern here with TGG?
It's to learn a lot about healthy food, a lot about planting, maybe even learning about some medicine that maybe I can get from plants that I didn't know about. I feel like I have a lot of different roles, but it's mainly just to teach them what I've learned throughout this time. I've never worked with anybody that much before, but I've made a lot of friends and just learned to work together and stuff.
You can be your most authentic self here.
Yeah, 100%. I can be Dex.
It's been really nice working with the teens to the point where now I'm even do I want to teach children? Should I teach teens or middle schoolers instead?
She comes with a very kind of robust energy and a confidence already. So I think that confidence is something that can just continue to grow.
We're gonna come this way, and if you wanna make a giant circle, you can be really, really book smart on how to teach but it's in the moment if you can teach. And just taking what I learned from my college classes, what I learned from my weekly meetings with Dom, and kind of putting those into the classroom of the teens or the interns has been really nice. If you have glasses, you need to get from one side of the circle to the other.
If you could admit it, if you read the Twilight Saga,
Paola,
Watched it if you have or had an iPhone. An iPhone.
My name is Ajari Bailey. I'm an agricultural apprentice. I'm 17 and I'm going into my senior year right now. I think my ideal of the apprenticeship has changed. We worked a lot in the internship, but here I feel like we do more. We're like the main people who actually brings in like the funds for the Teens Grow Greens. In my opinion, we bring the most funds. I came to realize that I'm not a behind the desk person. I'm more of a in the field kind of active person. If you're in the field with other people, you can have fun, you can joke around, but if you're in the office, you're just by yourself doing work. Now it's just like, I'm barely home. So we are at the Weber's Dirt House, and today we'll be harvesting mainly tomatoes, probably some peppers, and whatever else I see. I always enjoy like coming here after school, because it would mean like, oh, I get to have fun, I get to see my friends. I'm not even thinking about the work aspect of it. It's just like, I'm finna come here and hang out and do something. Yeah, it's a fun place to be. Pretty soon we're supposed to be coming up with our own projects individually that we want to like work on in the community. Still trying to figure what that out is. I wanted to rebuild this 3-step compost system we have here at COA. It was kind of like run down and no one's using it, and I was like, oh, we could use it for our dirt. So I came up with a sifter, some 2x4s, two 2x2s, and some chicken wire. This will make it easier for us to get much finer dirt so we could use for the plants. And you can see the dirt's falling through to the wheelbarrow, and it's leaving out the wood chips. Compost tends to come from stuff that can decompose and stuff that hasn't decomposed yet. We actually get our fruit from them. So they kind of save the fruit that the kids don't eat, and then we come and pick it up. It's a neat little circle we got going on. Nice, flowy dirt. I got more experience with like different tools, because I know how to make a bed off the top of my head right now. But it's more of a calling. I just like working with my hands.
Teens Grow Greens is working on several different levels with community gardens and food justice in the city of Milwaukee. So at COA Moody, and Burleigh, or Journey House.
Today we're at Journey House, and we will be teaching some kids about planting, soil, watering, and how to make a garden bed. I'm Ajari, an agricultural apprentice like Taylor.
Say hi, Ajari.
Hi, Ajari! Well, you should probably water it every day if you can. Careful with dripping, you don't want to get wet.
Slide your pot like right here. You know what I'm saying? I got you, dude.
So we're part of changing the system. And so every time the kids put their hands into the dirt, and tell them they are taking part in food justice.
COA is a community gathering place for kids and teens, so they will have some place to be over the summer. We got kale, we got basil, we have tomatoes, we got peppers. It's beneficial because most kids are like, you know, they don't want to eat vegetables, and sometimes they don't really know where the stuff comes from. And so it's nice to have them see a garden up close and personal to where all this stuff comes from. maybe we could partner with like some grocery store that's nearby so we could like actually exchange fresh produce, because sometimes, you know, it's not always fresh there, but I know ours is fresh. Something like in the community that's going to help us get out of more of a food desert. I feel like people gravitate to more of the cheaper things than to like actually go grocery shopping and to actually make something at home.
2 strawberries. This is my broccoli right here. My kale.
Before I came into this, I didn't know anything about gardening. The only time I would see gardens like on the TV or on the farms that's like miles away. But now I know how to grow my own food. So it's like I'm becoming more independent and not relying on restaurants where you can just buy a couple of teas that's like $1, put them in the ground, water them for a couple of days, and boom, you got food.
We can like raise the next generation on being more independent, and they can have their own like food source.
One of our newest apprenticeships is the Entrepreneurial Apprenticeship. So this apprenticeship is a natural extension of what we've always done with the internship program, but their bigger product is actually New Line Cafe. Learning about their customer base, who lives nearby, learning about Silver City. It's got to be about all of that.
Okay. I'm Karina Soto. I attend Escuela Verde. I'm currently a senior and I'm 18 years old. I'm an entrepreneurial apprentice at New Line Cafe, working behind the counter, making drinks. It taught me a lot of life skills like being confident and outgoing, you know, teach you how to be responsible, respectful, resilient, you know, the 3 big R's at TGG. You know, I think it's a really good thing to be working at New Line. It plans a lot of cool events for the community around us.
Is this rolling?
Yep.
Okay, my role for helping out in SCIF would be attending their little meetings and talking about bringing different groups of diverse people together. We have music, we have different booths with like books, we have clothing. Is that martial arts that we saw over there?
Yeah.
I think so there's a variety of things here. We do have resources for voting to get people engaged too, so that's pretty dope. Just a mixture of everyone, you know. I guess I could say what makes me feel important being in this community would be like helping out creating these kind of events. Finally seeing all these people that live in this community out here and enjoying what we have today is pretty dope. So yeah, this is my first time attending a festival like this. I'm planning one of them.
I could definitely say I feel more connected to my community. We have events hosted here at New Line every week. The community come down to our events, you know, and just chat and hang out a bit. I like to represent Silver City mainly because like I go to school here too, you know. It's a privilege to know that you're cool. I know you're a part of this. Should I just say this is Noche Latina, how to make tamales? I am here at New Line Cafe at an event that TGG has hosted. Tamales! Welcome everybody! I mean, as a Hispanic, it's just something I love eating, you know? So we're learning about the traditional ingredients that are incorporated in making tamales. If you learn the culture around you, you know, you kind of bond with everyone. Part of the reason why I came today was to come, you know, vibe with you guys. My favorite part about being in this apprenticeship, just networking and meeting new people. I could say I'm very like a bright spirit in my apprenticeship. I like to up in the mood, you know, something energetic. Yeah, I feel like that's what changed. I plan on staying with TGG for a while. You know, my goal is to try to get a gist of all internships and apprenticeships that they have and, you know, kind of see what I like. You know, you should join our organization.
Just like our interns, experiencing these different internships, not because they want to become nutritionists or gardeners or entrepreneurs even, but because they are looking for experiences that they're not getting in school, for different kinds of knowledge that are going to be good for them personally or perhaps in a job or career. All those things are transferable. Our apprentices, some of them are going to be in education, that's their calling, and others might want to go into business. But the types of skills that it takes to think about objectives and goals, to feel confident in front of people, to be able to be the hype person at the beginning and to also be that kind of person who's going to sit next to and be gentle with, all those types of things are going to be good in any type of job, any type of life situation.
I would have to say, after doing the internship last year and then also doing the apprenticeship this year, my one complaint about Teens Grow Greens is that it is such a welcoming environment and you learn such amazing things that when you go to any other workplace, I don't think it'll match. Just between the community building, what you learn, how you grow. I know as a teacher, the likelihood of me finding a space as amazing as this is so much lower than anything else. So it looks like I'll just have to continue teaching for TGG.
What TGG has taught me about working with others is that you have to be very mindful. Just let a person express themselves the way that they do as their unique self. There's a lot of Hispanic culture or, community especially that aren't really easy on you being part of the LGBTQ+ group. This was a big chance to tell everyone that this is a new generation. Love yourself and love people that are that way.
While I am teaching them math and reading and stuff, they're also teaching me about the community. And then there is the money side, but
I would say I'm most proud of our peppers because I know I transplanted every single one of those peppers. I seeded them, I transplanted them. Now that they've grown, they're starting to actually grow peppers and yeah. Planning on sticking around? Absolutely yes. I will be here next year. It's close to the school. I can come here at flexible hours. It's I don't see myself working anywhere else besides here.